I want to start to remind us, we need not forget. Sometimes we gloss over some realities that are part of our history. But those of you who know the history of this college realize that the very place that we stand used to be a slave market. Yeah? Okay? And we moved from a slave market to a place that became an educational institution to turn that part of our history around, where persons who were enslaved were even able to come and learn and be trained. But I also want to remind us that the African American history did not start with slavery. Did not start with slavery. We came from a rich tradition. We came from kings and queens, and we came and we were ones who, when allowed and when educated, we were able to significantly invest in this country. Frederick Douglass recognized that knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. And so I think it is fitting that this place that began as a place that traded and sold slaves became a place that freed the slave, not only physically, but freed them mentally, so that they were able to become productive citizens of this community and this country. We are thankful for churches, because we realize, those of you who know the history of this country realize that churches were the first group that really started schools and seminary to try and help those who were enslaved to become productive citizens. And so it is, Dr. Judson S. Hill was integrated into the life of this community. We're grateful that in 1881, this 27-year-old young man from Trenton, New Jersey, was assigned to come by the Bishop of the Holston Conference of the United Methodist Church to turn the school and into an institutional entity that would perpetuate and build on what was started by Mrs. Stearns and others in the early 1868. Mr. Hill and his wife, Laura, moved to Morristown from Chattanooga. And he took up the plight and the fight of the African American, those slaves that were now freed, but were not equipped to survive. And so we realized that in order for people to survive, is we have to release them mentally. We've got to give them what it takes so they have a fighting chance. And so Morristown College was instrumental in shaping the lives of at least 5 generations of African Americans. And though the name changed from Morristown Seminary to Morristown Normal and Industrial College to Morristown College, it remained an important educational, cultural entity in this community. Mr. Hill, Dr. Judson S. Hill, spent 50 years of his life in service. I believe he heard what Jesus said, that if you want to be great, you just have to learn